Life, liberty with a musty beard, preaching loud for all to hear. Self-sustained, don't live in fear. He ain't buying what they steer. Self-righteous, here to tell the world's gone straight to, well, got no love for ATS, says liberals, they're a mess. Life, liberty, he's so proud, living off the grid, not with the crowd, shaking fists at big city's mess. His way's the only, nothing less. Solar panels on the roof, solar panels on the roof. No one tells him what's the truth. Buys his goods from local folk, hates the government's live oaks, pokes, plants the seeds the garden grows, hates the talk of those he opposes. Got his place, his peace of mind, voices loud, the blind lead the blind. Life, liberty, he's so clear, he's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down, got his kingdom, where's the crown? His peace of mind, voices loud, the blind lead the blind. Life, liberty, he's so clear, he's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down, got his kingdom, where's the crown? Life, liberty, he's so clear, he's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down, got his kingdom, where's the crown? Where's the crown? Life, liberty with a musty beard, preaching loud for all to hear. Self-sustained, don't live in fear. He ain't buying what they steer. Life, liberty with a musty beard, preaching loud for all to hear. Self-sustained, don't live in fear. He ain't buying what they steer. Self-righteous, here to tell the world's gone straight to, well, got no love for ATS, says liberals, they're a mess. Life, liberty, he's so proud, living off the grid, not with the crowd, shaking fists at big city's mess. His way's the only, nothing less. Solar panels on the roof, solar panels on the roof. No one tells him what's the truth. Buys his goods from local folk, hates the government's live oaks, pokes, plants the seeds the garden grows, hates the talk of those he opposes. Got his place, his peace of mind, voices loud, the blind lead the blind. Life, liberty, he's so clear, he's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down, got his kingdom, where's the crown? Voices loud, the blind lead the blind. LifeLiberty, he's so clear. He's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down. God his kingdom, where's the crown? LifeLiberty, he's so clear. He's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down. God his kingdom, where's the crown? Where's the crown? LifeLiberty with a musty beard, preaching loud for all to hear. Self-sustained, don't live in fear. He ain't buying what they steer. LifeLiberty with a musty beard, preaching loud for all to hear. Self-sustained, don't live in fear. He ain't buying what they steer. Self-righteous here to tell the world's gone straight to, well, got no love for ATS, says liberals, they're a mess. LifeLiberty, he's so proud, living off the grid, not with the crowd, shaking fists at big city's mess. His way's the only, nothing less. Solar panels on the roof, solar panels on the roof. No one tells him what's the truth. Buys his goods from local folks, hates the government's side pokes. Plants the seeds, the garden grows. Hates the talk of those he opposes. Got his place, his peace of mind. Voices loud, the blind lead the blind. LifeLiberty, he's so clear. He's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down. Got his kingdom, where's the crown? The garden grows. Hates the talk of those he opposes. Got his place, his peace of mind. Voices loud, the blind lead the blind. LifeLiberty, he's so clear. He's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down. Got his kingdom, where's the crown? LifeLiberty, he's so clear. He's the echo we all hear. Takes a stand, won't bow down. Got his kingdom, where's the crown? Where's the crown? LifeLiberty with a musty beard, preaching loud for all to hear. Self-sustained, don't live in fear. He ain't buying what they steer.
Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a sophomore, and this is for all three of you. Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis?
Freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way.
Will?
The New York Jets.
No. I'm going to hold you to an answer on that. What makes America the greatest country in the world? Why is America
Not the greatest country in the world, Professor. That's my answer.
You're saying...
Yes.
Let's talk about...
Fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of our paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime and column inches. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose. If liberals are so fucking smart, how come they lose so goddamn always?
Hey.
And with a straight face, you're going to tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom.
All right.
And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is, there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore. Enough?
All right, everybody, welcome to the Life Liberty Show. Today, we are going to go a little bit further into the port strike. I got a little bit more information about it and the chaos that is ensuing from people across the country. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the hurricane and what's going on in North Carolina. And we'll just kind of tie it all together at the end. All right, so the port is they have they've actually, the strike has happened, and they're asking for a 77% increase in their wages over the length of their contract. I don't care if the contract was 2 years or if it's 10 years. A 77% increase in wages will absolutely destroy the economy. I don't care what anybody says. You're talking about 45,000 employees that almost want to double their income. That means that the cost in labor to get our goods off of the boat and onto semis so that they can move them will double, which means that it's going to cost more for freight to move them. And then when the freight costs more to get moved, who has to pay for that? That's going to be your stores. Your stores are going to have to pay for that. Well, where is that going to go? Well, that's going to be put on the consumer. So by them raising their wages 77% means that the goods on the shelf are going to go up. This is all inflation, and people lose the idea or even the concept of how the economy works. You know, everybody wanted to bitch about minimum wage. We raised minimum wage, and minimum wage is way higher than it needs to be. And it's because they're saying, oh, we can't afford it. We can't afford to live. Okay, so then let's bring the cost of goods down. We've said this, I've said this many, many times, that the cost of goods needs to come down so that the money that you're making actually has more buying power. Not make more money so I can buy more shit. Or so that my fucking double cheeseburger will be normal than 99 cents, right? Because you guys, do you know that when McDonald's started, a fucking hamburger was 15 cents? They didn't raise their cost or their price. They didn't raise their price just because they wanted to. They raised their price because the cost of producing the good went up. That's labor. Labor is the number one thing. As a contractor, somebody goes out and gets a bid for you to put a new roof on your house. You go out and get that bid. Whenever you look at the breakdown of the cost, the cost of labor cost way more than the cost of you were to go purchase the shingles and the nails and the fucking Tyvek and all the things that it takes to fix your roof. Because the labor is the number one burden on any company. Which is why people are talking about AI and automation. This is the whole reason, because they want to bring the cost of manufacturing their product down. And if you don't have to pay somebody to actually screw a fucking screw into a vacuum cleaner, you can have a robot do it. That robot can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never need a break, don't need to take a piss. They don't need to... Okay, Alvin, how is that false? The number one burden is the interest rate that the Fed charges our country to use our own money. Okay. That's absolutely inaccurate. I'm talking about on a company. Companies' number one burden is wages. Wages are their number one burden. If they didn't have wages, then their number one burden would change, obviously. It would be maintenance. It would be their insurances would go down. Wage costs go up because people want more money, but the number one reason they want more money is because the cost of goods go up. It is a vicious circle. Right now, it has become a vicious circle. We are saying that they want more money because they can't afford the goods. The goods, they want more money because inflation, which is caused by what? The Fed's interest rate. How does the Fed's interest rate explain? If you would like to call, Alvin, I will put my number on here, or anybody else in the chat. If anybody else in the chat is on the same page as Alvin here, you can call in and we will have the conversation. And I would absolutely talk to anybody that wants to have that conversation. My number is now on the bottom here. But the Fed's interest rate, how does the Fed's interest rate affect goods? Please explain that to me. So as of now, our number one burden has been people wanting more money because they say they can't afford something. Now, here's the problem. People say they can't afford it, but they're not willing to give up anything in their own life that they don't absolutely need. They think that they need all of these things, and they don't. If you can't afford something, you have to live within your budget. You have to live within your means, what your income means are. And people can't live within their income means, so then they get credit cards. And then they max out credit cards. Oh, now I can't afford those credit cards, and I'm not going to get another one. So now I need to make more money. Well, instead of pursuing another job that is going to pay more money, they're going to stay at a low-income, entry-level position and say that those entry-level positions need more money. No, it's entry-level for a fucking reason. It's to learn how to do the fucking job and how to get into the market and get experience. And then you're supposed to go on and do something else. These jobs are for high school students to get into the job market. That is what entry level is. And I'm sorry, but it says the number is disconnected. What? It should not be disconnected. Try again. While we're waiting on him. Anyway. Entry-level positions are just that, entry-level positions. My daughter, 17 years old, makes $17 an hour. Entry-level at McDonald's. What does she need to make almost $40,000 a year for? Can somebody tell me that? What does a 17-year-old need to make $40,000 a year? That they don't have as many responsibilities. Yeah, she has a car. She pays her insurance, her car payment, and her cell phone. Other than that, there is nothing there that she has to worry about. I put a roof over her head. I put food in her belly. What does she have to pay for? Nothing. So why does she need to make $40,000 a year? All right, let's go back anyway. Let's go back to what's going on with the port. And if Alvin, if we get it figured out, let me just a second here. All right. See if we're getting it to work. Well, I'm making a phone call, and there's no answer.
Seven, 3, 1, 4,
Well,
3,
No
5,
answer.
4, 3,
My phone calls are actually going out. So, but if there's anybody else in here that would like to call that number, that's 1-314-666-0197. Go ahead and give that a call. We will chat. But the ports, right? Raising the cost, shutting everything down. Everything is shut down. Things aren't coming in because the ports aren't up and moving. So that is going to affect us as well. When the goods see supply and demand affects a lot of things as well. Your cost is also going to be determined. When your demand is high and not enough supply, then you can expect to pay more. Or there just won't fucking be any there. Right? That you could go in and just like in Virginia. They are, right? I said I was going to bring that up. I have some of that. Let's see, I'll share this tab. And then, here we go. Let's go to this one. Bring this down here. All right. So, let's mess with this a little bit. That way. All right. Anyway, people are panic buying toilet paper because of the port strike. Well, it's like fucking COVID 2.0. Shit paper is not that important, guys. There's so many different ways that you can wipe your ass. Hell, I was in the Middle East. They don't have toilet paper over there. They wipe their ass with their hand. Is it disgusting? Yes. Would I do it? Abso-fucking-lutely not. But they're doing it. Toilet paper isn't a necessity. We have been confused to think that the things that we receive and we use are fucking necessities. No, they're all amenities. All of them are amenities. It's which ones are we willing to give up so that we can live within our means. And we're bitching about the ports, which is going to affect the entire country. The entire country. We've also got hurricane victims in North Carolina that don't have power right now. That don't have a means of communicating with anybody outside of their immediate area. There are areas in North Carolina that are completely shut off and remote that we're trying to figure out how to find out if there's anybody even alive up there. They can't even get to them. But yet we just sent another, I think it was $20 billion to Ukraine. Why? We need to stop spending money over there, and we need to reallocate those funds that are being sent to another country to take care of the people that are in our country. That is what needs to happen. They need, just like Hawaii, they got $700 a person after the fire. But we sent $130 billion to Ukraine. Ukraine isn't our country. Hawaii is. And a good way for the people that are listening to ensure that you're going to be able to provide for yourself in a scenario this way and be able to protect from the looters that are happening in North Carolina. And I guarantee once shit is no longer on the shelf, there is going to be fucking looting again. And the only way to protect yourself is is with firearms. And guess what? I am partnered with the best tactical gear manufacturer there is on planet Earth, and that is warhorseordnance.com. That's warhorseordnance.com. They produce tactical gear. They produce IFAKs. They also sell merch. They have some of the best hoodies, ball caps, and t-shirts on the market. They also have medical go bags. Go to their website. Link is in our bio. Go check them out. That is warhorseordnance.com. warhorseordnance.com. So, we have people in North Carolina that are just stranded. Houses washed out, right? They got 18 inches of rain in 3 hours. There were rivers that were created from the rain and just washed houses away. Mudslides. One of my friends lives in that area. Luckily, he got his internet back and his cell phone service, and we've been able to communicate with him. He's doing good, and he's out there helping people. Yes, I understand that we can help our own locally, and I always say that the taxes are theft. But guess what? They're already stealing our money. How about they allocate the money that they are stealing from all of us to actually help us? You've got to help us. Or everybody is going to do exactly what I say, and that's become self-sustainable. Pull yourself away from the fucking rat race and stop paying taxes. The only time you'll pay taxes if you're not making an income is personal property tax or when you purchase something. A sales tax goes to your local community. A federal income tax doesn't do anything for us. All it does is it pays bureaucrats to make more laws that are going to infringe on us. That is all it is. So let's start pulling away. And I would really appreciate that if everybody in here went to the merch in our bio and went to the F Your Feelings merch website and started purchasing some merch, because that way I can continue doing that. I can put food on my family's table out of the stores that aren't going to have any fucking shit on it. That's the link in bio. Our hoodies say dead pedophiles don't reoffend. We have a t-shirt that says curing pedophiles, feet first. Got a wood chipper on it because that's the best way to cure pedophilia. And then we have a shirt that says live, laugh, toaster bath. Get out there and get one. Give us some support. And while you're at it, go ahead and like, follow, and subscribe to the Rumble channel. Find us over on Rumble. Everybody that's hearing this, go to Rumble, find us. It's the Life Liberty Show. Like, follow, subscribe, and share that shit out. So, we have now come to the To Be Completely Honest segment. To be completely honest, there is nothing we can do. There's no control. We have no control over anything but ourselves. And if we allow the port strike to consume, oh wait, it does anyway. Because everybody purchases something at the stores. Everybody is purchasing something from somebody else. And 5 I've heard a couple different things, 3.5 to 7% or $3.5 to $7 billion in goods a day come through that port. And then I've also heard that the first week, after 1 week, the port's being shut down, that malls will be closing. After your second week, I'm sorry, first week, manufacturing will be shutting down of vehicles. Manufacturing of vehicles will be shutting down. Week 2, malls will be closing because they won't have goods. Week 3, manufacturing and building of homes will come to a crawl because a lot of the goods that we need, okay, maybe not lumber, right? We get our own lumber here. But screws, bolts, hangers, flanges, all this stuff is made in other countries and come through those ports. So construction will come to a crawl. That's 3 weeks, guys. And after 3 days in North Carolina, they were already looting there we go. We've got Warhorse Ordnance in the chat on Rumble. Warhorse Ordnance is here. Absolutely go to the link in my bio. And buy American. Absolutely, Warhorse. If we all bought American, then the ports wouldn't matter either. Because I do understand that not everybody is going to be able to become self-sustainable because it's hard. But it's there. Buy American. That way, people like Warhorse Ordnance will be able to stay in business and provide for his family. So, anyway, as I've said, thank you everybody for being here. Buy American, nobody special, and fuck the ATF.
Drag them in, and I'll follow you until the day you die. I tell myself I've done this before. It's hard to get a handle on you walking out the door. So just take another message to the people who know more. The talk is growing on, and so am I. And so